If you've seen Predator Badlands, you already know how it left us hanging. That cryptic hint about Dek's mother wasn't just a tease, it was a revelation. The ending practically screamed that Dek's origins are tied to a female Yautja, something we've rarely seen explored in the franchise. For decades, the Predator universe has been dominated by male warriors, their hunts, and their codes of honor. But female predators, or female Yautja, are an entirely different breed of terrifying, stronger, smarter, and often even more ruthless than their male counterparts. These huntresses have carved their own bloody legacy across comics, games, and crossovers. Welcome back to Your Nerdy Show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, and today we're diving deep into the wildest corners of the Predator lore to uncover 10 dangerous female Yautja who could make even Dek run for his life. Let's get into it. Big Mama, the matriarch of mayhem. Let's start with Big Mama, the Predator matriarch who redefined what it means to be a hunter. Standing larger than most Yautja males, Big Mama wasn't just physically intimidating. She was a mentor, strategist, and absolute powerhouse. Featured in Aliens vs. Predator, Deadliest of the Species, Big Mama took it upon herself to train Karen Delacroix, also known as Ash Parnall, and a squad of mercenaries to become expert alien hunters. Together, they fought through waves of alien morphs, hybrid abominations, and even robotic aliens. Big Mama was wounded multiple times, but unlike most predators who perish on the battlefield, she survived. Her resilience and cunning made her one of the few Yautja to walk away from the deadliest hunt alive. Big Mama wasn't just a hunter, she was a commander. If Dek ever crossed paths with her, he'd quickly realize that brute strength means nothing when your opponent has centuries of battle instincts and zero patience for weakness. Sister Midnight, the Witchblade Slayer. Now let's talk about one of the most unique crossovers in Predator history. Witchblade, Aliens, Darkness, Predator, Mindhunter. From that wild mashup came Sister Midnight, a female predator drawn to the mystical power of the Witchblade itself. When a spaceship threatened Earth by unleashing an alien infestation, Sister Midnight boarded the ship alone and confronted a nightmare creature known as the Dark Alien, a xenomorph born from a Darkling. Even after sustaining deadly injuries, she fought to the end, detonating her self-destruct device to obliterate the entire ship and its infestation. Sister Midnight didn't survive, but her sacrifice wiped out a massive alien threat and protected humanity, not out of compassion, but because it was the hunt's completion. That kind of honor-bound fury is exactly what separates female Yautja from their male peers. They don't just fight to win, they fight to finish. Machiko Naguchi, the human predator. Okay, she's not technically a Yautja by blood, but Machiko Naguchi earned her spot on this list. Introduced in the Aliens vs. Predator comics, Machiko was a human who hunted alongside a Yautja clan for over a year. After proving herself in combat and even slaying an alien queen, she was officially blooded, a sacred rite that marked her as one of them. Machiko used traditional predator gear, but often mixed it with human ingenuity, like keeping her trusty pistol at her side. Her story blurred the line between human and Yautja culture, showing that predator isn't just a species, it's a way of life. Imagine Dek meeting someone like her, a human with Yautja instincts, someone who understands both sides of the battlefield. He'd have no idea whether to fight her or follow her lead. The Predator Huntresses, from the game to the lore. In 2020, Predator Hunting Grounds gave fans what they'd been waiting for: female predators in video games. And they weren't just visual reskins.
These huntresses had unique builds, voice lines, and backstories, including one who faced off against the legendary Dutch Schaefer years after the first Predator movie. This female huntress annihilated Dutch's entire team, wounding him in the face with a net gun, yet she spared him. That's pure Yautja philosophy right there. Punish the strong, let them live with the memory. The game's lore hinted that these female huntresses were more agile and tactical than the males. If Dek ever went toe-to-toe with one, he'd be outmatched not by strength, but by the deadly precision of someone who knows when to strike and when to let prey squirm. The Predator Witch, the Blooding Priestess. The Aliens vs. Predator vs. the Terminator comic was already a wild ride, but it also introduced one of the eeriest Yautja figures ever seen, the Predator Witch. When Ripley 8, the clone hybrid version of Ellen Ripley, decided to join the Predators against the alien Terminator hybrids, it was this mysterious female Yautja who led the blooding ritual. She poured a red substance, likely human blood, over Ripley, inducting her into their ranks in a ceremonial act that was part initiation, part magic, and part madness. The Predator Witch's presence showed that female Yautja weren't just warriors. They were spiritual leaders, guardians of ancient rites. She was more sorceress than soldier, and if Dek's mother is connected to her lineage, we might be looking at a Yautja who blends ancient mysticism with primal violence. Valkyrie Predator, the Norse Avenger. The Valkyrie Predator is one of the most iconic modern additions to the Yautja mythos. Released as DLC in Predator Hunting Grounds, she was inspired by Viking mythology, and her hunts took place centuries ago. This lean, agile warrior wielded a massive Norse hammer and came to Earth to avenge her fallen brothers, sending Viking warriors to Valhalla in the only way a predator could, through honorable death. Her design, her weaponry, and her lore all scream vengeance and warrior's pride. If Dek ever met her, he'd face a predator who blends brute strength with the poetry of Norse death rituals. And she wouldn't just kill him, she'd make sure his death had meaning. Vagudi, the Avenging Huntress. Straight out of the Predator If It Bleeds anthology, Vagudi was a veteran Yautja who came to Earth with her partner, Nakande. Seeking revenge, years prior, humans had killed members of their clan in Alaska, and Vagudi wasn't the kind to forget. She was larger, older, and more experienced than her male companion. Together they hunted two Special Forces snipers, Sloan and Mary, in the Oregon wilderness. The fight ended brutally. Nakande was killed in an ambush, and Vagudi was mortally wounded. But even dying, she triggered her self-destruct device, ensuring her enemies barely escaped. Vagudi embodied that relentless Yautja spirit, vengeance until the last breath. She wasn't hunting for sport, she was hunting for justice. And that's the kind of motivation Dek would never see coming. Hashori and Yakita, the Widow Clan. From the Rage War trilogy, we get not one, but two unforgettable female predators, Hashori and Yakita, of the Widow Clan. Hashori was the kind of Yautja nightmares are made of, sadistic, furious, and untamed. She was infamous for torturing her enemies, including a female android she whipped with a lash filled with insect larvae that hatched inside the wounds. Pure horror. Yet later, she teamed up with humans and androids when faced with a larger threat. Her clanmate, Yakita, was her polar opposite, calm, rational, and a scientist. Despite losing both her legs, she survived and adapted, proving that a predator doesn't stop being dangerous just because she can't walk. Yakita used her mind as her weapon, working alongside humans to fight the alien menace. Hashori and Yakita showed the duality of Yautja femininity, one ruled by rage, the other by reason. If Dek ever encountered them, he'd face both fire and ice.
Female predators on totem poles, the lost warriors of Wakanda.
In the Predator vs. Black Panther crossover, the Yautja Civil War gave us a glimpse of female predators used as trophies. After one Predator prince lost the war, his female warriors were captured, tied to totem poles, and left as warnings. Yet these women weren't victims for long. Once freed, they joined the surviving prince to invade Wakanda and claim the legendary Vibranium, God Metal in Yautja terms. The battle was brutal, and all of them died, but not before Black Panther's sister Shuri donned Yautja armor herself and became a Predator hybrid for one epic fight. This story revealed how far the Yautja race had evolved, and that even female warriors were central to their wars of succession and survival. They weren't background characters, they were the backbone of Predator history. Deck's mother, the future of the hunt. And finally, let's circle back to Predator Badlands. The film left a chilling breadcrumb, a hint that Deck's mother might not be human, but Yautja. If that's true, we're on the verge of something we've never seen before, a half-human, half-Yautja lineage that could reshape the entire Predator mythos. Could Deck's mother be descended from one of these legendary female huntresses? Maybe she was trained by Big Mama, or perhaps she carries the spiritual fire of the Predator witch. The ending of Badlands didn't just set up a sequel, it opened the door to explore an untapped side of the Yautja race, the matriarchs of the hunt. If Deck is facing the legacy of his mother's kind, then he's not just fighting predators, he's up against the queens of their species. And trust me, even for a Yautja hybrid, that's a battle he may not walk away from. Our nerdy thoughts. Female Yautja aren't side characters or fan service additions. They're the evolution of the hunt itself, from warriors to witches, scientists to survivors. They redefine what it means to be a predator. If Deck's story continues, the women of Yautja blood will be at its core, and they'll make sure no one forgets what happens when you underestimate the true predators of the galaxy. So tell me, which female Yautja do you think Deck's mother could be connected to? Big Mama's bloodline? Or maybe the witch's mysterious clan? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy diving into this deadly side of Predator lore, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to your nerdy show, and stay tuned, because the hunt has only just begun.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.